Now, in Good Morning Northwest, the search for accused killer Travis Decker enters a new phase. How the massive manhunt is shifting this morning as court documents reveal his possible escape plan.
And it is a weather alert day to start your week. What you need to know to plan around this early scorching summer heat.
And the battle for the streets of L.A. Cars are burning and troops deployed. How Los Angeles protests spiraled out of control. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Monday, June 9th. Welcome to it. Meteorologist Matt Gray here with a first alert forecast, and we're talking a weather alert day.
Yeah, weather alert day because it is getting hot very, very quickly across the inland Northwest. The heat advisory in effect for the next couple of days. Even some heat warnings for the entire region. Monday and for Tuesday will be easily the hottest weather we've had so far this year, and would be hot any given week of the year. So let's take a look at this. Our record today in Spokane for heat is 93. Actually, one of the lower records we have in the month of June. Well, we are either going to tie or break that today. Temperatures expected to be up around 94, 95. We could even see some upper 90s in a few neighborhoods once we get into the afternoon. We'll be in the 80s by lunchtime, so it's already going to feel a little sizzling out there as we approach noon. And then the heat is downright dangerous as we get into the Columbia Basin and the LC Valley. Look at this. 102 in Lewiston, 98 in Ritzville, 103 in Moses Lake. Some parts of Grant County could get as hot as 105. We'll show you that coming up here in just a little bit. But overall, even in some of our places that are traditionally much cooler, like Sandpoint, like Colville, we're all going to end up in the 90s at some point today. How long will this heat last? We'll talk about that some more coming up.
Matt, thanks. We're starting this morning with the latest in the nationwide manhunt for Wenatchee father Travis Decker, accused of killing his 3 daughters.
Hundreds of law enforcement personnel are scouring forested areas, rivers, and buildings in the area where 32-year-old Travis Decker was last believed to be. We learned over the weekend that roadblocks would be removed on Icicle River Road because the sheriff's office says there is no credible threat in that area. The U.S. Forest Service reopened the Enchantments area, which was shut down as part of the search. Court documents say Travis Decker researched how a person relocates to Canada and job opportunities in Canada. Again, if you see Decker, do not approach him. He is considered armed and dangerous. You should call 911 immediately. Be sure to download the 4 News Now app and turn on push notifications to get breaking details about this case sent straight to your phone.
We are following breaking news out of Los Angeles. Protests have been going on for days, and they have only escalated since immigration raids began. At this point, things have gotten really violent, and here you can even see a car burning in the middle of the street. Now, many say downtown LA just isn't safe anymore. President Trump has already sent in 2,000 National Guard troops, and now he's leaving the door open, sending in the Marines. This all started Friday after immigration agents arrested more than 40 people in LA. That's when hundreds of protesters hit the streets, and by Sunday things escalated with protesters blocking the freeway and clashing with the police.
We had individuals out there shooting commercial-grade fireworks at our officers. That can kill you.
Right now, LA police say they are really overwhelmed. Meanwhile, President Trump is still standing by his decision to send in the troops. But state and local leaders say this has gone way too far. California Governor Gavin Newsom calls the move illegal. And LA Mayor Karen Bass agrees, saying the president is only making things worse.
What we're seeing in Los Angeles is chaos that is provoked by the administration. And deploying federalized troops is a dangerous escalation.
This morning, Governor Newsom is preparing a lawsuit against the White House, and state leaders across California are supporting him, arguing that this is not about keeping people safe, but all about provoking fear. We'll keep following this story as it develops. Reporting in the studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. A motorcyclist died in a crash with an SUV in Valley Forge on Saturday. According to the Spokane County Sheriff's Office, the crash happened around 8 p.m. at the intersection of Madison and Palouse Highway. The Sheriff's Office says the SUV was going south on Madison and slowed as it approached a stop sign, but then went into the intersection in front of the motorcycle. The rider died at the scene, the driver of the SUV telling law enforcement he did not see the motorcycle. The exact cause of this crash is still under investigation. Well, Michaels is jumping into the void that was left by the collapse of Jo-Ann Fabrics. It announced it's buying the fabric retailer's private label and drastically expanding its sewing selection. Michaels is adding 600 products across several categories, including sewing and quilting supplies, fabric and yarn, and sewing machines. So far, more than half of its 1,300 stores have received an increased selection, with the plans for nearly 300 more locations by the end of the year. Shoppers will also begin to see products from Jo-Ann's fan favorite Big Twist yarn and fabric private label. Michaels also brought Jo-Ann's intellectual property, including its name, but there's no specific plans that were announced with that yet. Jo-Ann's 800 brick and mortar stores closed over the past few months, including ones here in Spokane. Good morning, Northwest time right now, 6:05.
Preparing for a scorcher today and tomorrow. Matt, woo.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a shock here, right? Because we did get fairly hot this weekend, but still, this is a big jump today. We're talking about 4, 5, 6 degrees in many areas that we're going to be hotter than what we were yesterday, and it is going to feel like the middle of summer coming up in your forecast.
After decades of waiting, North Spokane drivers are getting closer to that long-awaited freeway, and Governor Ferguson will be in town with an update. That's next.
And breaking news as President Trump's new travel ban takes effect this morning. After the break, who it blocks from entering the U.S.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Horizon Credit Union, proud sponsor of the Extreme Team.
Welcome to Walker's Furniture's 45th anniversary sale, where we're celebrating by offering savings up to 45% off.
Or get no interest financing for up to 5 years.
This week at Walker's.
I was in foot pain for 20 years. I bought all these products, and not a single one worked. When I drove past the Good Feet store, I thought, I'm gonna stop in. What can it hurt? They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support for my feet, not somebody else's feet. And you just knew, like, your feet just, when they got on the right ones, they were like, oh yeah. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0% APR on select Sierra 1500 models. That's over $4,300 in average finance savings. We are professional grade.
Country Financial has been helping protect lives and livelihoods since 1925. Here with advice on better managing risk is a Country Financial representative.
There are a lot of people concerned about their insurance right now. And maybe you've experienced large rate increases, or you've been canceled or non-renewed, or know someone who has. Well, you're not alone. Across the entire industry, insurance costs are on the rise, and companies are changing their appetites. And it could be complicated because rates are impacted by a number of factors well outside of our control. And even when you do everything right, the costs can continue to go up. But there are products and techniques available to help you control costs while not giving up on important coverages. And our team is located right here in Spokane, and we can help you navigate these volatile markets and ensure that you select just the right coverages that you need to protect your auto, home, farm, and business. Stop by, give us a call, and together we can create a solution that's right for you.
For more information, visit countryfinancial.com.
If you want to shine this summer and say goodbye to that winter weight, then this is the perfect time to join Move Fitness for almost $1 a day to get your body sculpted for the swimsuit season.
Your time is 6:08. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. President Donald Trump says top U.S. and Chinese officials are holding trade talks in London today.
They follow his call with Chinese leader Xi Jinping Thursday. After their call with Chinese officials last month, the countries say they have a, quote, mechanism to continue discussions about economic and trade relations. The U.S. and China are in 90-day tariff de-escalation. For now, U.S. duties on Chinese imports are at 30% instead of 145%, and China's rate is down to 10% from 125%.
President Trump's latest travel ban took effect early this morning, banning citizens of 12 countries from entering the U.S. At SeaTac, people were seen walking out of an airport terminal just after the ban took effect. The countries affected by the latest travel ban include Afghanistan, Myanmar, Republic of the Congo, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen, among others. People from 7 other countries face partial restrictions. The travel ban forms part of Trump's policy to restrict immigration into the United States and is reminiscent of a similar move in his first term when he barred travelers from 7 Muslim-majority nations.
10-second takeaway today. It is all about the heat. Some serious summertime warmth today, and it's only early June. 90s and some low 100s for the next couple of days around the inland Northwest.
Today, Washington Governor Bob Ferguson is making a stop in Spokane to celebrate the continued support of the North Spokane Corridor. Drivers in North Spokane have waited decades now for the North Spokane Corridor to be completed. Construction of the freeway is made possible through a funding package called Connecting Washington, which prompts 11.9-cent gas tax. The Washington Department of Transportation says it hopes to complete the project in the early 2030s. Crossing our fingers.
Oh, my goodness. It seems like it's taken forever. It is now 10 minutes after 6.
A battle is brewing over how to clean up downtown Spokane. Why business owners say the city's new homelessness plan isn't tough enough for the core of our city, and what they want to see. That's next.
And here is a live look at a big construction project kicking off today that will make for some tough travel on Argonne. What you need to know about it when we come back.
I love how you're always thinking ahead.
Well, they don't call me Prepared Pat for nothing.
Guess that makes you forward-thinking Fiona.
Gotta protect your dreams.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
And that would be? Relieved Rudy?
Save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning.
All 4 Click-It RV Superstores have gone mad with huge discounts on a huge selection of top brand RVs, which means the lowest prices, factory incentives, and rebates.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Shop online and find the floor plan you like, then build it, price it, and click it. Or come to any of our neighborhood locations. From travel trailers to fifth wheels, toy haulers to motorhomes. Get a better RV and the lowest price guarantee. Only at your neighborhood Click-It RV Superstore and ClickItRV.com.
Be a winner like me and get the Click-It RV.
My parents started their first dealership in Coeur d'Alene in 1983. They took pride in being locally owned and work hard to help this great community we call home.
Now, 3 generations later, we're still proud to be one of the last locally owned Subaru dealerships, and we're working harder than ever to give back to the community that has supported us all these years.
Because we're looking forward to being your local family Subaru dealer for generations to come.
Watch your mailbox. Banner Furnace and Fuel's anniversary sale is on now with thousands of dollars of home comfort savings, big furnace and air conditioning rebates, home comfort system service specials, even Guardian maintenance plan incentives that save you money and provide peace of mind. If you didn't get the new Banner Furnace and Fuel anniversary savings mailer, call today and we'll send one right out. Banner Furnace and Fuel, keeping families comfortable for over 100 years.
4 News Now is brought to you by 3 Dog Night, coming to the First Interstate Center for the Arts June 14th.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. It is now 6:14. Spokane City Council is weeks away from voting on ordinances to address homelessness and clean up the city.
But many downtown businesses and organizations feel these plans don't go far enough to address the problems specific to our downtown. Hunter Bertram breaks down this downtown conflict.
In May, the city introduced Home Starts Here, a plan to address homelessness. It includes several citywide ordinances set for a vote on June 16th. These ordinances, if passed, would alter laws on illegal camping, pedestrian interference, and sit-and-lie regulations. However, many downtown businesses argue that these ordinances don't account for downtown's unique characteristics compared to the rest of the city.
The idea is recognizing what is different about downtown, recognizing that there is a need for this specific area to be treated in a different way.
This letter sent last week from Downtown Spokane Partnership and its partners are urging the city to amend those ordinances, asking them to set up a downtown hospitality zone with special stricter rules and penalties for blocking sidewalks, encampments, and drug activity compared to the rest of Spokane.
And we have to now more than ever be intentional, be purposeful, and make sure that we're creating an environment that can continue to power our region forward for many years to come.
A big concern for downtown businesses and these home proposed ordinances, the wait period for homeless encampment citations. According to the obstruction ordinance, a citation is issued 7 days after a notice is posted, a time frame downtown can't afford, Emily Cameron says.
Looking at how do we create expectations so that the sidewalks, public right-of-ways are free, open, and accessible for all to enjoy, because we've spent a lot of time and investment in creating public sidewalks that are prioritizing pedestrian activity.
A letter sent back to the Downtown Spokane Partnership from Mayor Lisa Brown reads in part, the mayor's team is carefully reviewing DSP's request about a hospitality district and developing some ideas of the city's own. Also that the mayor's team is continuing to execute downtown-focused initiatives that Mayor Brown believes strengthens DSP's and Spokane's shared goals. You can find these letters on KXLY.com. In Spokane, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Well, we are taking a live look this morning at a spot that's about to be embroiled with road construction. Today, the project to widen Argonne in Millwood begins. When it's done, drivers will have a new center turn lane, but business owners there are concerned about the project limiting access to their stores. In the meantime, while residents fear the project will result in too much traffic, we got orange cones and signs already out, and this project is scheduled to last until late September. Sorry, Robin.
It's gonna be rough for all of us Argonne people. It's not. I could go on and on. Trains. Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, sure.
Oh, boy.
Sure.
Oh,
Think
boy.
positive.
Hey, you know, I mean, Thor Freya last year wrapped up really, really quickly. So,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Year after year of Thor Freya.
Yeah, year after year
right.
of Thor Freya. Okay, so orange cones aside, being outside, being out and around today is going to be a little difficult, especially because, look, not everybody's got AC at home. Not everybody has AC in their car. And so it is really important that you are very intentional about how you are going about your outside time today. And that includes this on the bottom. I say this here and I'm emphasizing that you got to take some breaks, because when I do yard work or I'm outside and I'm running errands and things like that, this is what I don't end up doing, and I end up paying for it later. So stay hydrated. Make sure you dress appropriately for it being much hotter than it's been over the past few days, and make sure you are taking those breaks. You know what? Especially if you're working outside, my delivery drivers, for example, make sure you're taking those extra breaks, some extra time in between houses. We look into Central Washington, and while everybody's got a heat advisory, it's a little bit more extreme around the Moses Lake area and parts of Grant County to Wenatchee, where we have an extreme heat warning, and that's because this is our most likely area to see triple digits. And there are plenty of triple digits on the board here as we look across the Columbia Basin from Washington to Connell. Lind at 100 degrees today, 103 in Moses Lake, and then right along the Columbia River, Vantage and Mattawa, both at 105 this afternoon. Coulee City's cool by comparison at 96, but around the dam, we are going to end up right about 100 to 101 for this afternoon. So we're really by about lunchtime, it's going to start feeling a little bit uncomfortable being outside. Same goes for the Spokane area, where in downtown we'll be around 97. We'll see mid-90s around the valley, upper 90s, 9 Mile and Meade, low 90s, Post Falls, Hayden, Coeur d'Alene, but still easily the hottest weather we have seen so far this year. And we are likely to break more than a few records around the inland Northwest today, including at Spokane International Airport. Another record-setting day with lots of hot weather, especially in the basin, to where Tuesday is also a 4 News Now weather alert day. Look, this is quite early for this heat to be showing up. So just take it easy, stay safe out there. Much cooler weather is on the way. And you know who will like that cooler weather? Your pets. They don't like the heat either. It's time for Pet of the Week.
June is National Adopt a Shelter Cat Month. And do we have some adorable felines looking for a forever home? From 3-month-old kittens to 14-year-old cats, there is something for everyone. All of the animals at Companions Animal Center are altered, vaccinated, and microchipped before being adopted. You can stop by Tuesday through Sunday starting at noon each day to visit with the available animals. Also, if you're interested in becoming a kitten foster, we have wee ones who are in need of round-the-clock care too. You can inquire about our foster program while you're there. For more information about all of our programs and all the animals that are available for adoption, visit our website at companionsanimalcenter.org.
Look at all the little muffins.
Pretty much any kind you want.
Any color, cool spots. Yeah, so cute.
Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:20.
Last night's Game 2 of the NBA Finals saw the Oklahoma City Thunder assert their dominance with a commanding victory over the Indiana Pacers, evening the series 1-1. After the break, hear what former Zag Chet Holmgren had to say about his team's big win. That's next in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life pushes you to be better and to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
What's great about basketball? Almost everything.
What's not great about basketball? The term three-pointer.
Boring. Instead, let's just call them triple plays. Check it out. Hit it, Steve.
Roberts has it, fires. It's a triple play.
It actually works.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Complete coincidence that that's also the name of where we work.
Not engineered by marketing. No way.
You are cordially invited to Kerner Furniture's annual warehouse event.
What can you expect?
An amazing selection
with unbeatable customer service
and the lowest Lazy Boy prices around.
Stop in now during Kerner Furniture's annual warehouse event and shop living room, dining room, and bedroom furniture all at warehouse event pricing.
You don't have to RSVP for this event. Just come on down to Kerner Furniture's annual warehouse event. Nice store, low prices.
It's time. Time to let your soul breathe a little, to feel the sun on your face, and to feel alive again. It's time to dust off the clubs, to treat yourself, and test out your lungs. It's time to get away to the place that's not so far away, Lakeside Coeur d'Alene. Win a dream giveaway at cda4.fun.
Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic is locally owned and operated and has been providing personalized, comfortable, and satisfying care to our clients for over 30 years. Our licensed denturists are trained in the latest techniques in the construction, development, and preparatory work of a denture. Full dentures, implant attachments, repairs, fittings, adjustments, we do it all. Every denture is made to look as close as possible to your natural teeth. With our knowledge and friendly staff, competitive costs, and quality of service, you'll leave Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic smiling.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life pushes you to be better and to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
Welcome to Morning Sports. I'm Jack Wallace. So the NBA Finals continued last night in Oklahoma City, featuring the heroics of OKC taking down Indiana to even the series at 1-1. Thunder roared into Game 2 on a mission, improving from their Game 1 stunning loss with tremendous bench performances from Alex Caruso and Aaron Wiggins. But it was former Gonzaga Bulldog Chet Holmgren who earned one of the best bounce backs. He scored 15 points on 6 for 11 shooting, plus made 3 and 6 rebounds. That's a lot better from a meager 6 points in Game 1. Holmgren spoke post-game on how OKC played much better down the stretch and how closing the game out went this time much improved.
You can't play like you're up and just try to run the clock out, you know, because they can put points on the board in a hurry. So you got to try to continue to score with them and then, you know, keep getting stops on the other end. And you know, not even look at how much time's on the clock. You just got to continue to, you know, try and play like the game's tied. Try to keep winning the game each possession, one at a time. And, you know, you can't get caught up playing the score.
Pacers now on the other side, they fall to 0-4 on Sunday playoff games this run and now ready for their first hosted NBA Finals games in Indiana since 2001. They're 2-1 all-time at home in the finals. Game 3 tips off Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. That's all for morning sports. Catch us at 6 and Nightside. Plenty more local sports.
A Washington high school athlete has continued to compete despite facing some intense scrutiny.
Veronica Garcia's victories on the track have sparked heated discussions about transgender participation in girls' sports. 17-year-old Garcia won her second straight 400-meter title at the Washington State Track Championships in May. The East Valley High School senior is transgender, and her success has divided spectators. Some celebrated, while others protested. Since her win last year, multiple school districts have also asked the WIAA to review its transgender athlete policy. As the national debate grows louder, Veronica is sharing her perspective.
I'm not evil, I'm not despicable. It's like, I'm very nice and kind. As long as you show it back, then it's like, I'll give it back to you tenfold, because, you know, it's kind of what I've been taught, but that's also what history's kind of taught us, is that you kill hate with kindness.
Veronica opened up to our Marissa Rio about what she has endured her senior year and responds to her critics. You can watch our full special report right now on KXLY.com. Good morning. Northwest time is 6:26.
There's a secret to saving money at the grocery store. It's all about where you look. Coming up on our new Money Saving Monday segment, Derek Dice reveals the shopping tricks stores don't want you to know. That's next.
Plus, what do you do with a 100-year-old fallen oak tree? A Minneapolis family had a brilliant idea. Coming up, the story behind a 20-foot pencil that's bringing an entire community together. And as we go to break, here's your first look. What's coming up on GMA.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a warning for parents after a new investigation by Northwestern University researchers finding tween skincare routines may be causing more harm to skin and parents' bank accounts than good. Researchers from Northwestern University creating TikTok accounts pretending to be 13-year-olds and reviewing 100 skincare videos on TikTok from girls as young as 7. Among the top 25 most viewed videos, investigators finding an average of 11 active ingredients that could irritate adolescent skin, including citric acid, salicylic acid, and glycolic acid.
Many of these skincare products deal with adult skin issues. So when they use these products, it can really be harmful to their skin barrier.
And coming up at 7 a.m., more about what parents should know about their kids' skincare routines. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
I feel stuck in my head. Even on an antidepressant, lingering depression symptoms can make it hard to break through. I wanted more from my antidepressant. I asked about Vraylar. Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant significantly reduces overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone.
Vraylar isn't approved for elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, tremors, slow or uncontrolled body movements, restlessness and feeling like you need to move, nausea, constipation, insomnia, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar, breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Happy Take and Bake Tuesday!
Every Tuesday at Papa Murphy's, you can get large pizzas for just $12.99, which makes Tuesday the best day to bring home all your favorites.
We might have too many favorites.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
This summer, if you're looking for a new Toyota, at Finley Downtown Toyota, we've got great special offers going on now on RAV4s, as well as great financing on Tundra and Tacoma trucks.
Finley Toyota's downtown.
Mark Peterson with 4 News Now Extreme Team. We're bringing a bit of color to senior citizens in 4 assisted living homes with Gardening for Grands. Thanks to East Valley Middle School for volunteering, and thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
The great outdoors is calling, and it's time to get out. Get there safely with Perfection and Toyo tires. Proudly made in the USA with long tread life and durability for unbeatable performance on the road or when there is no road at all. Backed with Perfection tires' great warranties, easy credit, and low pricing. Perfection Tire and Toyo tires are here for however you adventure. Nobody beats perfection.
How to change the way you pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Order the fan favorite cowboy pizza right now at papamurphys.com.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
We are kicking off this half hour with the 4 News Now story tracker and some stories people are reading about online this morning.
It is being called a miracle in the skies. A skydiving plane in Tennessee carrying 20 people crashed shortly after takeoff, narrowly avoiding what could have been a major tragedy. The small plane ended up mangled on the ground with debris scattered across the field, the tail torn off, and a missing wing still tangled in a nearby tree. Although 7 passengers were hurt, incredibly no one died. The NTSB will oversee the investigation.
Check this out. After more than a week on the loose, also in Tennessee, Ed the zebra was finally caught going for a nice little ride there. Ed's been causing chaos and confusion all over the city since May 31st. Once deputies caught him, Ed was then hoisted into a helicopter harness and transported to a nearby animal trailer. The sheriff's office says he's doing well and has been reunited now with his caretakers. There's still no word on how he managed the escape in the first place, but it's definitely been a fun journey to follow.
Yeah, apparently he was purchased just the day before he took off, so new owners. Yep.
Gotta go.
Good morning, Northwest. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Monday, June 9th. We're going to start things off with meteorologist Matt Gray and a look at that first alert forecast. It's going to be hot.
Yeah, it is going to be a hot one today. If you're just waking up and joining us here, we've got weather alert days, not just today, but tomorrow as well. There's the heat advisory in effect for pretty much the entire inland Northwest for both Monday and Tuesday. It is by far the hottest weather we have seen this year, and it is definitely some heat that can come up and get you if you are not being very deliberate about how you're spending your time outside and preparing for that. So temperatures right now already in the 60s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. That's all we cool off to this morning. And so a strong base across the region to build that heat as we go through the rest of the day. Mid-50s and low 50s about the coolest spots around our region so far. By the time we head towards 11 o'clock, we're getting up into the 80s. So we're talking about lunchtime in the 80s already, and then the 90s. Our record in Spokane today is 93. I'm expecting either 93, 94, maybe even as hot as 95 degrees. And we could see some upper 90s in a few neighborhoods. That's what we're looking at for today. And then it's even worse as you head into the Columbia Basin. We'll talk more about that 100-degree heat in some parts of our region coming up.
Thanks, Matt. In North Idaho news, a house fire killed a woman in Coeur d'Alene Sunday morning. Crews from Coeur d'Alene and Kootenai Fire responded to a call near 15th and Elderberry Circle. They put out the flames and rescued the woman inside, but she ultimately died in the hospital from her injuries. Investigators say the fire was accidental.
News from the Breaking Now desk. This morning, a 20-year-old woman is behind bars after deputies say she hit a pedestrian and took off. It happened late Saturday night at Argonne and Knox Road. Investigators say the woman was in the crosswalk with the walk signal, when Haley Khalif hit her with her car, then drove off. Just moments later, deputies found the car in a parking lot and found Weinkauf not too far away. She admitted to drinking and using cannabis. A breath test put her blood alcohol level at 0.161. That's 8 times the legal limit for someone under 21. Weinkauf was arrested on felony hit and run, DUI, and minor in possession charges. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Well, we are starting a new segment this morning called Money Saving Monday, where we're talking to local experts about simple money-saving tips.
And today's topic is groceries, which we all know are really expensive right now. But Derek Dice has some tips on how to save money on your next visit to the store.
I have 2 teenage boys at home, so I'm constantly shocked by how much we're spending on groceries. But John Maroney, a financial engagement manager at Numerica, says there are some simple ways to save some dough.
Maroney's first tip is to figure out what you need before you go to the store and make a list based on that, because Spokane County estimates about 30% of our garbage is food waste.
So what that means is about 30% of what people are spending at the store is ending up right in their garbage can. It's like throwing those dollars away. So if we make a list before we hit the store and stick to it, hey, maybe we can eat into that 30% waste that the average Spokane County family is experiencing.
But shelf-stable items you can go crazy on.
I'm thinking about like your cereals, your breads, things that are going to last for a while. Bulk up on those.
When you're walking down the aisles, remember that the most expensive items are placed at eye level.
They're placed there pretty strategically. So look up, look down. That's where the most affordable stuff's going to be.
Maroney also recommends buying generic brands, which can often be 15 to 30% cheaper than name brands. He also encourages you to do some research on the foods you spend a lot of money on.
Look at a couple different stores and see how expensive they are at different locations. Sometimes driving a little bit further can save you significant amounts of money.
All right, one other tip that might seem obvious, don't go to the store when you're hungry. Everything will look delicious and you'll likely spend more than you bargained for. For Money Saving Monday, I'm Derek Dice, 4 News Now.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. I'm hungry. I am hungry.
Right?
A 20-foot pencil has stood tall in one Minneapolis community for several years now.
On Saturday, hundreds of people gathered for what's now become known as the Sharpening Celebration. Take a look. This annual event began in 2022 after a windstorm knocked down a 100-plus-year-old tree in a neighbor's yard. Rather than removing the tree, the homeowners John and Amy Higgins decided to hire a sculptor to transform the trunk of that tree into a massive wooden pencil. And since then, the community has held a sharpening ceremony to remove about a foot of the pencil.
Look at that thing.
That's so funny. This year's event also featured a special tribute to Prince, of course, marking what would have been the Minneapolis legend's 67th birthday. What a crowd out there, too. It's kind of a little neighborhood there in Minneapolis, so
wow,
that's really funny.
Brought out a lot of people.
For real.
Okay.
I'd go. Good morning, Northwest Time, 6:36.
All right, Matt Gray in. Yeah.
That eventually means the pencil goes away, though.
Then they gotta build
like you sharpen it all the way down.
I think it keeps growing, and then they're keeping it the same length, maybe height.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be hot. You know, your brain doesn't work as well when it's hot outside.
Is that true?
Yes, it is absolutely true. So, hey, stay hydrated, friends. Your full forecast coming up here in a few minutes.
And still to come here on Good Morning Northwest. Imagine sticking your arm into a cage full of hungry mosquitoes. No. Gross. That's exactly what Consumer Reports did to test bug sprays. Coming up, the surprising results that could save you from becoming a mosquito's dinner. That's next.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Hi friends, Chanel here with my friend Sammy. We're hosting a summer solstice celebration at Mistaqua Casino Hotel on Friday, June 20th from 3 to 9 p.m. and you're invited.
She sets me free. That's right, and I'm bringing the whole band. We'll play from 6 to 9 p.m. for you. There's lots of fun, food, prizes, all at Mistaqua Casino Hotel in Chewelah.
Everyone deserves a better night's sleep.
And for over 40 years, the locally owned Walker's Furniture Stores have carried the largest selection of top-rated mattress sets all under one roof, in stock at the best prices in the region. We understand the quality of your sleep matters, which is why Walker's Furniture has a 365-night comfort guarantee. Plus, get up to $300 of free furniture with select sets sold.
Sleep better and pay less this week at Walker's.
Style or substance. Somehow,
It became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0% APR on select Sierra 1500 models. That's over $4,300 in average finance savings. We are professional grade.
Lather, rinse, repeat. It never feels like enough. It's not your products, it's your water. Culligan water softeners prevent damaging hard water buildup, revitalizing your hair and skin. Upgrade your routine with Culligan.
For over 50 years, North Idaho Urology has been the trusted leader in urological care. From routine checkups to advanced prostate cancer treatment, our expert team is dedicated to your health every step of the way. With cutting-edge technology, personalized care, and locations in Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls, and Sandpoint, we're here when you need us most. Don't wait. Early detection saves lives. Schedule your appointment today at niurology.com or call 208-667-0621.
If you want to shine this summer and say goodbye to that winter weight, then this is the perfect time to join Move Fitness for almost $1 a day to get your body sculpted for the swimsuit season.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:40. We recently told you how some of that late spring rain made perfect conditions for a bug boom here in the inland Northwest. And let's face it, nobody wants to be a mosquito's dinner. Consumer Reports just released its latest insect repellent ratings. So before you head outside, here's what you need to know to keep those bites at bay.
To find the best bug sprays, Consumer Reports put repellents to the ultimate test, having real people stick their arms into cages full of hungry mosquitoes.
Testing more than 50 products, we recommend 20 of them, with products containing 25 to 30% DEET, consistently outperforming most of the competition.
Among the standouts are Ben's Tick and Insect Repellent Wipes and Wilderness Formula Pump. Both earned top marks in offering excellent protection against mosquitoes and ticks.
We currently test most repellents against only mosquitoes. In past years, we found that repellents that worked well against mosquitoes also tended to work well against ticks. And in a small recent test we performed, repellents with DEET performed well against ticks.
Not a fan of chemical DEET? Don't worry. Repel Lemon Eucalyptus was the best performing DEET-free option. It uses something called oil of lemon eucalyptus.
Our tests found that products that contain 30% OLE or 20% picaridin worked effectively, though not all worked as well as the best DEET products. But we do recommend staying away from natural repellents, as these earned dismal scores in our tests.
No matter what type of repellent you choose, how you apply it makes a big difference. Apply after sunscreen. Use a thin layer on exposed skin, never underneath clothing. It's okay to spray it on top of your clothes. Test it on a small area first to make sure it doesn't damage the fabric. And adults should apply repellent on kids. And be sure to wash it off once you're back indoors for the day.
And it's also important to only use lower concentrations of DEET, less than 30% on kids, and some oil of lemon eucalyptus products should not be used on children under the age of 3. To learn more about Consumer Reports' in-depth repellent testing, head to our websites.
Yeah, that's some good stuff if you're maybe headed out to the lake. Escape some heat here because it's going to be hot the next couple of days. 90s and some low 100s Monday and Tuesday. We'll show you when the heat will break and how we'll cool off coming up.
All right, Matt, thanks much. It's now 6:42.
The need for speed took over Spokane this weekend. Coming up, we're taking an inside look at the 12th annual Festival of Speed, where vintage racers prove that classic cars never go out of style.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
If you've been waiting for the perfect time to get great deals on Toyota Tundra or Tacoma trucks, then you're going to love the offers we're rolling out now at Findlay Downtown Toyota. Take advantage of the most aggressive prices of the year with bigger than normal trade-in values. And this week, with any new Tundra or Tacoma truck purchase, Findlay will give you a $1,000 gas card or up to $1,000 off new accessories, making it the perfect time to get that new truck you've been wanting from Findlay.
Post Falls ER and Hospital, open 24/7, providing premium emergency department care without the wait. From your child sports injury to urgent ambulance visits, Post Falls ER features low wait times, efficient procedures, and compassionate care. Plus, we provide state-of-the-art imaging, inpatient care, and accept all commercial insurances. Because in an emergency, every second counts and every life matters. Post Falls ER and Hospital, State Line near Cabela's, minutes away, hours faster.
When you get into a car accident, you may be wondering if you need a lawyer.
Well, if you were injured and it wasn't your fault, you should probably talk to an attorney.
Call Russell & Hill. The advice is free.
Our team will review your case at no charge and let you know how best to proceed.
And if you decide you do need a lawyer,
remember, we win your case or it's free.
Russell & Hill will fight for you. Call 800-LAW-0842.
the old me was stuck in the daily grind. My routine didn't allow for any self-expression. I found clay, and that changed everything. I realized my calling was to give others the space to be creative, to build something. And that's how Clayton was born. Having a Chase Ink card has allowed us to grow it and bring people together. There's a creative side in all of us. That's what I hope people come here to find.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Ink Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Vineyard Park at South Hill, now open for independent living, assisted living, and memory care.
It was a sunny weekend on the racetrack for the annual Festival of Speed. Vintage car racers gathered from all over the region to compete on the Quilispe racetrack near Northern Quest.
By the end of the three-day weekend event, racers said they're already planning next year's trip. Mary Sheridan took a ride on the track herself to get a better feel for the community's need for speed.
Cars from generations ago coming to life on the racetrack for the weekend.
We have cars from 1948 to the year 2000 racing in groups together, and we're doing it in Spokane.
The Society of Vintage Racing Enthusiasts has put on the Festival of Speed for 12 years. And while the cars are racing for first place, Seimer says this event goes far beyond the competition.
It's about being out here, you know, having fun, and in a way trying to recreate what this looked like in the 50s and 60s.
This is Ted Herb's 9th season vintage racing, but his first year with his camper.
It's just beautiful here at night. You know, like when the track goes cold at the end of the day, it gets super quiet and peaceful.
But during the day, it's far from peaceful.
All right, and so I'm here with Fred. He's offered to take me for a ride on the racetrack. What are we driving in today?
We are taking out a 1949 Ferrari 166 MM Barchetta. This car is a phenomenal car. It's really, really fun, lightweight, fast, and in its day, it was really high tech.
All right, let's hit the road.
All right.
It's got the speed tires. Every corner you go into, it's slipping a little bit as you brake. It slides a little on every bump that's around the corner. And as you accelerate out, it's very easy to spin the tire.
Today, the car could fetch millions, but Fred says the feeling of driving it down the track is priceless.
The exhilaration of the speed is probably the #1 thing. The other thing is just to see everybody else and how they enjoy it.
And while the vehicles are a blast from the past, these racing enthusiasts are looking for ways to expand their community in the future.
It's just great to be able to share these cars, and it's fun to see so many other people that do the exact same thing. They just come here to share the cars and enjoy the speed.
In Airway Heights, Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
So much fun.
Oh, yes.
Talk about a once-in-a-lifetime ride.
No kidding. Good for her. Hey, this is someplace you do not want to be speeding, though.
That's for sure. You're looking right now at Argonne and Millwood, where a major road construction project to widen the road starts today. You can see those orange cones already out, and when it's finished, drivers will have a new center turn lane. Businesses will be open during construction, and business owners hope you'll make an effort to visit them. The project is supposed to go through the end of September.
It's going to be a long summer for us out in that direction.
That's for sure.
All right, well, it feels like summer already.
Yeah, it feels like summer in a big way, and this is the type of heat where if you're not prepared for it right now, you know, if you do a bunch of work outside, things like that, it can sneak up on you by the time we get to the afternoon. That's why there's heat advisories in place. Why today's a 4 News Now weather alert day, and then you've got what's in the purple here over by Moses Lake, Wenatchee. An extreme heat warning, yes, because that's where we have the best odds of seeing some triple-digit heat today. Here's our forecast. So low 90s, St. Mary's, Kellogg, into the Pullman area, 102 in the LC Valley, mid-90s for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and all the way up to places like Colville, Bonners Ferry, and even Sandpoint gets in on the 90s. And then, yikes, yeah, getting into the low 100s around the Moses Lake area and across the basin. Here's a little zoom in on where we have that extreme heat warning. So from Connell to Othello to Moses Lake to Ephrata, all in the 100s. Vantage and Mattawa, some of our hot spots today at right around 105. Wenatchee hits 101, and we get into the triple digits, I think, briefly this afternoon in some of those communities around the Grand Coulee Dam. And if you're not there, you'll be in the upper 90s to mid-90s across the basin. We only start to cool off a little bit as you approach Spokane, but even then, down in the valley, we're likely to see some upper 90s today, and that includes the downtown area, Meade, 9 Mile, into the Spokane Valley. When we get to Liberty Lake and then continue to up in elevation a little bit towards Post Falls and Coeur d'Alene, it'll be a little bit more palatable, just like it will be in Cheney and Spangle. It's still about 93, which is still close to records for the day. We also have fire weather concerns right along the edge of the Cascades here as we start to see the winds pick up in the afternoon. Don't be the person that starts wildfire season early. Be careful out there as we go through the day. There's those winds, as we mentioned, kind of pick it up here a little bit as we head into the afternoon. So just a light breeze, but even a light breeze in the heat could definitely make for some issues. So look, take breaks, stay hydrated, be safe out there. We'll take a look at how we cool off or when we cool off in your 7-day forecast coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by MJ. Tickets on sale at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Expect even more from KXLY Plus. Live updates from the 4 News Now team. Breaking news as it happens. Weather every 10 minutes. Stay connected for free with 4 News Now on KXLY Plus.
Exploring different regions throughout the Northwest and beyond can be fun and educational. 4 News Now would like to showcase these locations with Travel for Adventures.
Moses Lake is the perfect place for family getaways and exploring.
From camping, fishing, and ATVing around the lake to outdoor concerts, farmers markets, and air shows, Moses Lake has something for everyone. Visit tourmoseslake.com.
Annual events like Springfest, the Moses Lake Air Show, and the Grant County Fair are a blast. And check out the BMX State Qualifier, Vintage Hydroplane Test and Tune Days, and the Sand Scorpion Freestyle event.
For a low-key vacation, how about the Great Gulf, Water Park, or one-day Art Fest? The Amani Festival, celebrating Hispanic cultures, takes place in September.
Moses Lake, Washington. It's the perfect place to explore.
Discover more places you might like to visit. Go to KXLY.com/travel4adventures.
Looks like we made it.
Barry Manilow. The last Spokane concert. Barry Manilow. See him performing all the hits for one night only at Spokane Arena Friday, July 11th. Get tickets now at ticketswest.com.
Backyard barbecues, family gatherings, now is the best time to visit Jacobs Custom Living. New furniture has arrived and Jacobs really has the largest and most varied inventory ever. Comfortable lounge furniture, elegant outdoor dinner sets, umbrellas, and much more. Hurry in and experience for yourself the high-quality outdoor furniture at Jacobs Custom Living that will make your deck, patio, or cabin a wonderful place for gatherings all summer long. On Sprague, just east of Sullivan.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
It is 6:53, time to get you ready to take on your Monday in the work week with the Morning Sprint.
Today is a weather alert day. It's about to get hot out there. We got meteorologist Matt Gray with a look at our first alert forecast.
And Hannah Joy's in studio with updates on how the Los Angeles protests spiraled out of control over immigration raids.
But first, we're starting with the latest on the manhunt for the Wenatchee father accused of killing his 3 young daughters. Hundreds of officers are searching forests, rivers, and buildings looking for this man, 32-year-old Travis Decker. Over the weekend, authorities lifted roadblocks on Icicle River Road, saying there's no credible threat in that area. The Enchantments area has also reopened. Court records reveal that Decker looked into moving into Canada, including jobs and how to relocate. If you see him, do not approach him. He is considered dangerous. Make sure to call 911 and be sure to download the 4 News Now app and turn on push notifications to get breaking details about this case sent straight to your phone.
It is a 4 News Now weather alert day. It is going to be hot, the hottest easily we've had all year. And no, this is not a typo. By 9 o'clock, we're going to be well into the 70s. We'll be into the 80s before lunchtime. Winds will pick up slightly as we head into the afternoon. Make sure you are fire aware as we get into the 90s by 1 or 2 o'clock. And we end up with record heat this afternoon. Highs in the middle to upper 90s around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We'll see low 100s in the Columbia Basin.
In North Idaho news, a house fire killed a woman in Coeur d'Alene Sunday morning. Crews from Coeur d'Alene and Kootenai Fire responded to a call near 15th and Elderberry Circle. They put out the flames and rescued the woman inside, but she ultimately died in the hospital from her injuries. Investigators say the fire was accidental.
It's being called a miracle in the skies. A skydiving plane in Tennessee carrying 20 people crashed shortly after takeoff, narrowly avoiding what could have been a major tragedy. The small plane ended up mangled on the ground with debris scattered across the field, the tail torn off and missing wings still tangled in a nearby tree. Although 7 passengers were hurt, incredibly no one died. The NTSB will oversee this investigation.
A motorcyclist died in a crash with an SUV in Valley Ford Saturday night. The crash happened around 8 o'clock at the intersection of Madison and Palouse Highway. Deputies say the SUV was going south on Madison and slowed as it approached a stop sign, but then went into the intersection in front of the motorcycle. The rider died on the scene. The driver of the SUV told deputies he did not see the motorcycle.
President Trump's latest travel ban took effect early this morning, banning citizens of 12 countries, including Afghanistan, Iran, Haiti, and Yemen. People were seen leaving SeaTac just after that ban began this morning. Others face partial restrictions. Now, this is all part of Trump's push to tighten immigration, similar to his first-term ban on several Muslim-majority nations.
We are following breaking news out of Los Angeles. Protests have been going on for days, and they have only escalated since immigration raids began. At this point, things have gotten really violent, and you can even see a car burning in the middle of the street. Now, many say downtown LA just isn't safe anymore. This all started Friday after immigration agents arrested more than 40 people in LA. Since then, 3 officers are hurt, and more than 60 protesters have been arrested. President Trump has already sent in 2,000 National Guard troops, and now he says he's sending the Marines. It's not off the table just yet. California Governor Gavin Newsom is calling that move illegal. And this morning, he's preparing a lawsuit against the White House. For updates on how state leaders across California are supporting him, tune in to Good Morning America.
Today, Washington Governor Bob Ferguson will make a stop in Spokane to celebrate the continued support of the North Spokane corridor. Drivers in North Spokane have waited decades now for this North Spokane corridor to be completed. Construction of the freeway is made possible through a funding package called Connecting Washington, which prompts an 11.9-cent gas tax. The Washington Department of Transportation says it hopes to complete this project in the early 2030s.
And here's a live look at a spot that's about to be even more congested than normal. Today, the project to widen Argonne in Millwood begins. When it's finished, drivers will have a new center turn lane. But business owners are concerned about the project limiting access to their stores in the meantime, while residents fear the project will result in too much traffic. Well, you can see cones are already out, traffic is already affected, so be prepared, give yourself extra time.
And we will be back with a final check of your hot day ahead with meteorologist Matt Gray. That's right after this commercial break.
Four News Now anchors, not just in the newsroom, but in the community, doing the work, listening to you, asking questions to help keep your family safe. We're the people you trust on your screens and in your neighborhood. And we'll always be there on 4 News Now.
It's Walker's Furniture's 45th anniversary sale, where you can buy like friends and family with savings up to 45% off.
Or get no interest financing for up to 5 years.
It's a great time to save at Walker's.
Need a new garage door?
Sorry.
We know your garage door is more than just a door. It's also curb appeal and security. That's why our expertly trained technicians bring precision to every install. Precision Garage Door Service. Fast, reliable, and a great investment for your home. Give us a call today.
This week, if you're looking for a new Tundra or Tacoma truck, Finley Toyota is giving everyone a $1,000 gas card or $1,000 worth of accessories with every truck sold.
Finley Toyota's downtown.
And the sun is shining over what is going to be a hot day in Spokane. Likely to see some record heat in Lilac City and even some neighborhoods in the upper 90s this afternoon. Another day of record heat on Tuesday with low 100s in the Columbia Basin both Monday and Tuesday. 4 News Now weather alert days. Just be safe out there and be conscious that that heat could get to you very quickly over the next couple of afternoons. This early heat will calm down as we head towards the middle of the week with some isolated mountain storms and temperatures returning closer to normal in the 70s by Friday and the weekend.
Well, thanks so much for starting your day with us here on Good Morning Northwest.
Yeah, we hope you have a fantastic Monday. We'll see you throughout the GMA with updates.